Hello, Thrashers, and welcome back to another episode of Thrash Reviews, where yours truly, Thrash Maniac 99, continues to review upcoming hard rock and heavy metal albums in the calendar year of 2016, and I am reviewing an album I missed a couple weeks ago, but I am here to talk about it here for a little bit, and that is the 11th studio album from Polish death metal legends Vader, called The Empire. For those who don't know, Vader is a death metal band that formed in 1983. Now, you may think, are they a pioneering band of death metal? Well, no, they did start the same year as pioneering bands such as Death, but they were more of a traditional heavy metal slash speed metal band. Then they moved on to thrash metal in the middle to the late 80s, and then by the end of the 80s going into the 90s, they became the death metal band they are now. And their debut, which came out in 92, called The Ultimate Incantation, was what solidified their place in the European death metal scene, and they've continued to put out records every couple of years. I reviewed their last album in 2014. I forget what it's pronounced because I am not good at pronouncing words from another language. So, we have The Empire, 11th album. Let's take a look and see what this band had to offer for this one. The opening track, which was the shortest song of the album, called Agents of Steel, at 2 minutes 16 seconds, and it was a fast track, fast riffing, some blast beats thrown in there to create a very intense atmosphere that just captivates you into wanting to hear what else can this band do. And they continue to really do different things, continuing on tracks such as Genocidius, which is my favorite song of the album, where they kind of start off with a more technical death metal type of beginning, and then it kind of gets to more thrashy death metal, and then it gets to mid-tempo death metal towards the end. So that song went through so many tempo changes, it created a hell of a song for the band. And also lyrically, pretty much all the songs on this album deal with the ideas of like an empire crumbling and dark themes like death and so on and so forth, just all throughout this album. And then we get to the closing track, Send Me Back to Hell, at 3.5 minutes, where it was mostly a mid-tempo, too fast tempo track, and lyrically dealing with like saying, hey, screw this, I'd rather be in hell than be involved in this garbage or what have you, or something like that, or send me back to the Dark Ages or whatever. So lyrically, like I said, Vader's going for that more dark side of life type of philosophy. Musically, they're going in so many different directions. You have the thrashy influence that they showcase from bands such as Slayer, and hell, on the track No Gravity, I forgot to touch base on, was definitely a Slayer-influenced tune as far as the guitar tunings and the structures. Was a lot more like an old-school Slayer song, but with a different guitar sound to it. So that was an interesting approach for Vader to go with on that track. So overall, top to bottom, not a bad song, though a couple of parts within a couple tracks do sound a bit repetitive and derivative, but that's not always necessarily a bad thing. In this case, it worked to their advantage. They, like I said, they went through different tempo shifts where they do some slow stuff, some mid-tempo stuff, some thrash stuff, and some tech death hyper speed kind of stuff. And Vader's been known to do that throughout all their career. Plus Peter's voice, even though he's in his early 50s, it's just a timeless growl. It still sounds almost the same as it did back in the day, so that's a plus. So overall, 87 out of 100. I think this is by far, in my opinion, the best traditional death metal album to come out this year. Like other great death metal albums that have come out this year have either been on the melodic side or the technical progressive side. In this case, it was more straightforward, and it certainly was a hell of an album to check out. So for anybody out there watching this review that are interested in checking out this record, definitely listen to it. It's very, very good. This will most likely probably will be on the top 50 album of the year list. It'll probably be low, but hey, it might make it. We just gotta wait till the end of the month to see. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Peace out, and have a good night.